Facebook ads are the most cost-effective way to get new leads, new sales for your business.
So as you can see right here, we were able to generate $4,042 on this campaign that we spent about $118 on and had 8 website purchases. We have a higher end product, so we don't need to sell as many to make these purchases happen.
So how do you create an ad that will actually attract and then convert those people into sales that you can see? In this video, we're going to talk about the step-by-step process that you need to take to create your ads and then turn them into campaigns that are going to get results for you. So stay tuned. Here we go. All right, welcome back, everybody. My name is Jordan Steen, aka Serial Entrepreneur. Thank you for joining us today. Facebook ads are a great way, like I mentioned in the beginning, to get new customers, and they're super cheap and they work really, really well. But I'm going to guess that you're watching this video because you've probably run some ads before and you didn't get the results you were hoping to get, right? You targeted the audiences properly, you thought you built the right ad, the copy, the creative, but it didn't work out. So let's talk about how to get the best out of your campaigns and how to actually plan and build and strategize these campaigns so that way you start to get some revenue from the money you're spending. So today we're going to talk about really working in Facebook Ads Manager. We're going to talk about, some of the budgets, targeting options, copy, creative, and we're going to go through each of those little elements so that way you understand how to build a Facebook ad. So for those of you who are new to this channel, I need you to do me a favor, click that subscribe button and the notification bell so that way you can get updated when we release new content, training, free giveaways that we do every single week. Just hit that stuff and I promise you won't regret it. So before you can even get started running an ad campaign on Facebook, there's a couple things that you need to do first. Number one, you need to have your Facebook page set up the right way. And if you don't know what the right way is, then you're in luck. We've created a video up here in the top right hand corner. Make sure you save that video for later so that way you can make sure your Facebook page is actually set up to get the results you're hoping to get. Because it does have to happen that your Facebook page does need to be set up properly for you to actually get the conversion that you're looking for with your ads. And the last thing that you need to do before you actually start building the ads on Facebook is making sure that you plan the actual campaign. Like if you don't build out the ad funnel, if you've never heard of Facebook ad funnels, then you definitely need to check this video out where we did a complete walkthrough live. It was a live video that I put together where we did a walkthrough on building the Facebook ad funnel, planning and strategizing how you're going to get these people to walk through the process of buying one of your products or services.
All right, guys. So now that you understand a little bit about building the Facebook ad, planning it out and then understanding the strategy and, all of that, now that you have that understanding, you actually need to get into Facebook Ads Manager and you can start to build the campaign. Okay, so again, I recommend Facebook Ads Manager. If you aren't familiar with this, you're gonna need to get familiar with it. business.facebook.com, that's all you need to go to, as you can see right here, and you'll log in with your personal account, set up your agency account, or your personal brand account, whatever it is that you're creating, and then you'll get in and you'll click Ads Manager up here in the corner. You can see all the tools here, Ads Manager, and then you come in here and you start creating this ad. Now, you, again, have planned all of this out ahead of time. You've already taken into, when you started planning the funnel and building the funnel out, you already know what type of campaigns you're going to be running. You already know what audiences you're going to be targeting. That's the whole reason why you do the planning stage of the video. If you're wanting to learn more about planning and you really want the in-depth training for Facebook ads, you need to get in one of our courses. We're about to actually upload with a lot of new Facebook training material. So you guys are going to want to check those out. They're in the description below. All right, so outside of that, now that we're in here, we just click create ad, and now we're going to select our marketing objectives. So you need to understand where your ad is in the funnel. Are you at the awareness stage? Are you at the consideration stage? Or are you at the conversion stage of your sales funnel, right? So people just starting off, like if you're trying to get cold traffic, you're going to use a combination of these awareness ad objectives, and you're also going to use some of the engagement. You might use traffic and video views for cold traffic audiences. And again, really it comes down to optimizing your lookalike audiences. When you're trying to create cold traffic, you're going to start with your interest groups, which we're going to, we go to in the training. If you want to get into the Facebook ads training, make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video where we'll tell you how to get into that. But you need to do your interest group targeting first, and then after you create your interest groups, you build out lookalike audiences and then replace your interest group audiences with lookalike audiences because they're more qualified cold traffic, right? And then once you get your cold traffic going, you're going to start sending them through other steps of the funnel, trying to get them to visit your website via the traffic objective, get them to re-engage. You're going to get them to watch more of your videos, maybe submit their information as a lead, which you can do with the traffic. You know, you don't have to do a lead gen campaign on Facebook using the lead forms that they have. You can do it on a landing page, on ClickFunnels, if that's how you prefer to do it. You just send traffic there. And then reach and brand awareness. You can also use those objectives to drive visitors who have already, you know, visited your page, essentially. You can retarget them with these types of campaigns to save money later and then send them through the funnel. Right? So this is it. All you need to do is determine what your objective is. So we'll say that, you know, for this campaign or for this example, we're going to start with the top of the funnel, so, because that's how a lot of you are trying to build ads, right? So we're going to start top of funnel, which means cold traffic, right? Building awareness, getting new people involved with our ad. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to run a video view campaign. All right, and we like to use these a lot with cold traffic because we know that video is more engaging. So we'll create a video view campaign, and the cool thing is you can combine these campaigns with one ad. So say you wanted to run one video, you know, that you put together. It was a really creative video that really talked about your business. Well, then what I recommend doing is creating a video view campaign with a reach or brand awareness campaign attached to that same video. So you create a separate campaign, attach it to the same video, and now you're running two styles of campaigns, getting people who are more likely, you know, just reach campaign where you're reaching everybody, right? You're just trying to show it to as many people as possible, but then you're also optimizing for video views by running a video view campaign. So what essentially is going to happen is Facebook is going to look at that audience and say, okay, we know these people watch videos. All right, so we're going to send this to this audience with this specific targeting, and we're going to see if they watch that video. Then what you do is you take that video, you retarget people who watched a specific amount of that video, and then you send them, you know, other content, other promotions, other offers, other training, whatever it is that you promote later on. So that's it. That's the process is not that complicated. But so for this, we're going to look at this. We're going to go ahead and build out this ad. Like I mentioned, I just wanted to give some of the explainer on how the ads really work, because a lot of people just run an ad and then they're done. And that's just not how Facebook ads work. You can't just run one ad and think that you're going to make thousands of dollars in sales. When we showed you that $4,000 campaign, we had 5 different ads, or 5 really different campaigns running and targeting specific audiences that we knew were very qualified traffic already. All right. And so you're going to want to do this as well. Okay, so now all we're going to do is essentially name our campaign. And since we're doing a video view campaign to new traffic, and usually the video has a specific topic, we'll name it that specific topic. So say we're trying to introduce people to our new personal branding course. You guys could be doing it for real estate or dentists, or, you know, if you run a, you know, if you're running a marketing agency, it could be for a multitude of different things. But just make it, you know, name it very specific. All right. So what we usually do is, if it's cold traffic, we do CT for cold traffic, and then we'll do, you know, the name of the campaign or the topic. So we'll do personal branding. And if we had like a specific theme to the video, we might name that in there as well. And then this is going to be and actually before we put cold traffic, the first thing we do is we put video views, cold traffic, personal branding. All right, so we know exactly what type of campaign that this is going to be. All right, and here's the cool thing, you know, you guys don't have to do this in the very beginning. You know, you can get kind of familiar with Facebook if you haven't used it before, but essentially where it says create a split test, you can use this to create other ads. So you can see it's about to do some other stuff here when we move to the next step. And you can do budget optimization, so it would optimize for your budget across all of your ad sets. If you use multiple ad sets, we're just going to leave these off for this example. But, you know, if you feel like playing with these, obviously, look, they give you little explanations. You can learn more right here. Everything's pretty straightforward with Facebook. They have a ton of free training, so make sure you check out some of their resources. All right, so we're going to click continue, and then over here what we're going to do is we're going to create the ad set. So the ad set is the targeting options, the placement, like where you're going to actually place your ads online to get traffic to your post or to your website or landing page, whatever it may be. All right, so the ad set name we like to be very specific with as well. But since we don't know exactly who we're targeting just yet, or we do know, but we haven't built it out on the Facebook Ads Manager, we're going to wait to name it. If you've already set up which audiences and you plan out ahead, like kind of like I do, then you'll know what the ad set name will be already. But if you don't plan out, then obviously you're going to have to wait till you get done. So what we know is we like to use lookalike audiences for our cold traffic audiences. Why? Because they're more qualified. You can create lookalike audiences with things like your email list, your customer list, people who have visited order confirmation pages, people who have visited checkout pages or lead pages, whatever. You know, if they are, what makes a customer qualified? Well, someone who has made an engagement or taken an action that is considered valuable to your business. Well, what's a valuable action? Someone who visits a landing page is a valuable action. Someone who then takes the next step and submits their contact information on that landing page becomes even more valuable, right? So what we do is we create audiences and then lookalike audiences of people who have visited specific web pages or taken specific actions. The best lookalike audience you can have is your customer list. Why? Because they are the most qualified. They've bought from you, right? So you'll want to take the time to set all those audiences up ahead of time. If you don't have audiences yet, or if you don't have a customer list or an email list at all to use, then you're going to want to, start with these options down here where you can see you can easily set up campaigns right here based on, detailed targeting like interest, behaviors, demographics, work behavior, all kinds of different stuff. All right, so that's if you have nothing to work with. If you have no email list, if you don't have any customer information whatsoever, like first name, last name, phone number, that kind of stuff can get you audiences created on Facebook. Make sure you try and use those first, okay? So we're going to use a lookalike audience. And all we need to do, actually, we're not going to go to save. We're going to go here to custom and we'll type in lookalike, or we'll just click lookalike really. And what we're going to do is we'll create a lookalike based on all of we could do it on our website traffic. You can see we have funnel leads. We have all post and ad engagements, our email list. We have our customer list in there. I guess I deleted the lookalike because it's not showing up. But that lookalike is essentially, it's the customer list. That's it. So all we would have to do, and we can do this in another video. I guess if you guys want to see that, leave a comment below if you want to see more about Facebook ad audiences. Say, show me some audiences or something like that in the comments below, and we'll, think about putting a video together like that. But we'll take our email list for this example because that's a very qualified list. People who submit their information as a lead, those are, likely customers. So we're going to use that as our audience. And you can see there's 2.1 million people. And we can even adjust this even further if we want. We can segment the age range. We could go to, and we would, and you would want to as well. If you know there's an age range that you target more specifically, then send it to those people. We typically stay within like the 44 range, like our best audience is probably around 22 to 44. So if we're really trying to get specific, we would narrow it even further. You can see we're down to 1.6 million people. And we could get even more specific than that. We could do men because we know men are typically more interested in our content. And you can see even based on the lookalike audience, that tends to be true because it just went from 1.6 to 1.3 million when I switched from all to men. All right, so that, that's why you can see these lookalike audiences are more specific to your customers. They know your customers better. That's proof right there. All right, so we can narrow it down even further. We could even narrow it down by targeting. We could add in, people who are interested in social media marketing. We could do that as an interest, like they have to have an interest in that as well. And you can see that narrows it down to 140,000 people. We could add different interests in it if we want. Typically we like to leave it open and then maybe we'll test with different ad sets. So we could actually, duplicate this ad set and then add in the social media marketing detailed targeting interest in there, and we could run those two ads comparative to each other and see which one performs better. And you would want to do that. It's called A/B testing. All right, so after we actually set up the audience set right up here, like, who we're going to be targeting, we want to set the placements. I don't recommend doing automatic. Of course, they recommend automatic because you'll spend more of your money that way. But, depending on the campaign, it really just depends on what you're trying to do. Are you advertising on Instagram? If not, then get rid of that. Are you advertising on the audience network? That means you should definitely have a substantial budget. If you don't have thousands of dollars that you're spending each month just on Facebook ads, I don't recommend even, tapping into that market. That's more, these are like those banner ads you see on other websites. That's what those are. Or other video, like if you're on YouTube, they could, if I don't know if that's in their partner network or not, but just for example, if you were on YouTube, they show that video somewhere on their page, that could be another form of audience network style advertising. All right, so we're not going to use audience style unless, again, we have the budget for it. We're not going to use Marketplace unless we're selling something on the Marketplace. We're not going to use in-stream videos. Again, that's another, you have to have budget. All of these other things, you really want to have the budget. We're not going to use instant articles. We're just going to focus on feeds. That's pretty much it. If we wanted to, we could do messenger campaigns later. Those are effective at different stages of the ad funnel, like when you're trying to get them to become a lead, but that's really it there. All right, so we're going to focus on feeds. The feed ads are the best ads to run when you don't have a ton of budget, when you're working with maybe $1,000 and that's it. We'll focus on feed ads, all right? And we'll do heavy retargeting in the Facebook feed. You can do by mobile device targeting. So if you, for example, the best example would be like for people who develop apps or third-party softwares that you can use on your phone, you can target by specific devices. Like, for example, if you only sell a product on Android devices, that would, be more beneficial. But you can also use this targeting later on, for business owners, or not for business owners, but for your clients or for your own personal brand. If you notice that more people are using Android phones versus iPhones, or more iPhones versus Android phones, then you might want to spend more of your budget targeting people. That's where you really get into the minutia of building ads, is looking at the data and saying, okay, well, how much of our ad budget is being devoted to, each device? And then what percentage of the ad budget is working out to be some form of engagement or conversion that we're happy with, right? So if iPhone gets more engagement and conversion than Android does, then you would want to focus more of your budget on iPhones, right? So that, again, that's way deeper into building the ads. This is more of a higher level training, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. But okay, so that's it there. You can apply block lists or exclude categories. All of this is stuff that you can do when you add like audience network, instant articles, and in-stream videos to your campaigns. And then the next thing you want to do is set your budget. Now, budget really just depends. Again, if you only have $1,000, then you need to look at how many campaigns you plan to run in the month. So you plan to run 4 campaigns. All right, and you have $1,000, 4 different, broad campaigns. That includes retargeting for each one of those campaigns, right? Well, that means you roughly have about $250 to spend on those ads, all right, on each campaign. So how would you want to break it up? Well, what I can say is, since we don't have, I don't want to make this a 3-hour video because, just explaining everything with Facebook. That's why our course, we have like 15, 20 videos just on Facebook ads, because it's insane how much material you need to understand. But at a high level, you have the awareness level of your funnel, you have the consideration, and then you have conversion, right? So at the awareness stage of the funnel, that's where you want to spend the most of your budget, generating cold traffic, right? And then you decrease your budget per level. So awareness gets the most, consideration gets second most, conversion gets the third most. And that's kind of a breakdown of how you want to do that. So maybe, 50 to 60% of your budget on cold traffic, then 20 to 30 on consideration, and then, 10 to 20 or however much is left over on the conversion set of your ads. All right. So that being said, once you've broken it down, that's how you can start to determine your daily budget. You can't just guess a daily budget, right? Oh, we're going to run $100 a day. It's based on your total ad budget, right? And how many campaigns you're running, how many ads you need to run on a regular basis. Does each campaign have a cold traffic level, middle chunk with consideration ads, 3 to 4 consideration ads, and then a bunch of conversion style ads running after that. So maybe a total of 8 ads per campaign. Right? So if you have 8 ads per campaign and $250, you have to break down how much can you spend on each ad per day, right? So break up the budget. So it's dependent on you, but, for this campaign, we'll say, if we're spending $250 and this is, the first, maybe we'll do 2 ad sets for the high level, awareness style campaigns, right? We'll do video views, ads, and we'll do a engagement style ad or a reach style ad, right? And we'll break that down at the high level. So we'll do, 50%, we'd say maybe $150 on that ad, maybe $125 on this ad, or between those 2 ads. So we'd say $75, and we could actually do lifetime. And then we'd set up the time frames that we wanted to do it. Or you could do $75 broken down into 30 days, which, that comes out to however much that is. All right. I'm not trying to do math really quickly. Basically, I just want to show you guys how it's done. So lifetime budget, we'll just say 75, and then we would do, August 4th to September 4th. You need to change the time if it says that, but that's basically it. All right, now the next thing you need to do is set up your optimization for delivery. So 10-second video views or 2-second video views. So essentially what this does is Facebook looks at this metric and says, how are we going to optimize this video? Who are we going to send this video to next? All right, so you can either optimize for 2-second continuous video views, meaning they watch the video for 2 seconds. And then Facebook will send more ads to people who are likely to at least watch the first 2 seconds of your video. And then the 10-second video view ad is kind of the opposite. It's how many people are going to watch 10 seconds or more. That's what the video will be optimized for. So what it's, again, saying is Facebook is going to look at how many people saw 10 seconds or more, and it's going to find other people in your audience that you're targeting and send the ad to those people who are likely to watch the 10 seconds or more. All right. You can set bid strategy if you want. You know, you need to be really aware of, you need to have spent a few $1,000s on ads before you can start actually setting the bid strategy. So if you haven't spent $3,000 to $5,000 on ads on this campaign or on this business before, you don't want to start setting the bid strategy because you don't know what your bids are. Even if you look at, industry standard for, bid strategies, that, could be completely different if you live in a different area. That's an average. So you can look at that as a base idea if you really want to use bid strategy. I like to leave it open in the beginning, look at some of the cost per clicks and everything like that, or cost per impression rates after we've spent a few $1,000s, and then we can optimize for bids later. So you want to see when you get charged. You can do it by impressions or 10-second video views. It honestly just depends on the campaign you're running. If you're doing 10-second video view as your optimization delivery, it might make sense for you to do 10-second video views as, the rate when you get charged. The ad scheduling, this is if you want to run it on a specific schedule. If you know that people don't engage with your ads, like if you're running local ads, you should probably have it on a schedule to where you're not sending ads out from 3 to 6 in the morning, or 3 to 5 in the morning, 2 to 5 in the morning, something like that, because your customers aren't going to be up for a local business, right? Just depends on the style of business. All right, so now that we have all of this set up, campaign schedule, please choose start and end date times. All right, so let me update this so that way we can move forward to the next step. We'll just do the 5th to make it easier. Okay, now we'll click continue. And now the last part is just setting up your ad. Okay, so now that we're at the video ad stage, essentially what we're going to do is name our campaign. So if you already know the video, which if you've done your planning, you should know the video. So we would name it, the video. So this will be like, I don't know, starting a marketing agency intro video. Or we could do our Billie Jean video. There's all kinds of videos you can do. Again, it depends on the campaign you're running, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to create our actual ad, upload our video. The cool thing is if you've posted it to your Facebook page, you can just use existing post. And sometimes that's recommended, sometimes it's not. It just depends on what style of ad you're running. If this is further along in the funnel, you might not want to post it to your page, right? It might be a promo offer, right? You don't want that on your page. So you would just run it through Facebook. You wouldn't actually, again, post it to your page. You'll create the post in here. All right, so we could do that, but since this is a top-of-funnel ad, what I recommend doing when you run these top-of-funnel, cold traffic, building awareness style ads, I do recommend posting them to your page because they're going to build engagement, right? You're going to focus on getting engagement to that ad, getting people to watch the video, getting people to click through, right? So if that's the case, you want that on your page. You want that kind of traffic there, and that kind of engagement there. So I recommend posting your cold traffic or your top-of-funnel ads on your page and then just using it as an existing post. All right, so if that's the case, then all you're going to do is you click use existing post. You can see this is pretty simple. We're going to select a post and then it'll take you to your page where you automatically have things, or we have all these things posted, and we can select a video that we want to use. It just depends again on what video, but we're not going to do that for this example. I want to show you guys how to actually, set up the ad in here. So we'll go through that. If you go to use existing posts, you don't need to write the creative and upload the video because it's already there. You just need to set up, make sure your conversion tracking is on, and that's basically it. All right, so now, and again, I guess one of the last things I want to mention is if you're using a video view objective, make sure to include your link on the video post. Just kind of helps there because as you can see, there's no video option here. All right, so we're going to turn off Instagram because we aren't actually using it. So we're going to do create ad really quick. And I want to show you guys how to do this. So you can do video in a single video, or you can do a slideshow. I recommend doing the video, the actual single video itself and uploading the video here. So all we would do is we'd come in here and we'd select our video. So we already have, what we do is we like to upload the videos to a library that we already have on Facebook in case we want to use them later. So, say it's this video right here. This is our top of funnel video. So we would select that video right there, and it's going to start uploading. You can see we select our thumbnail. We obviously like this thumbnail the best because it's like, what the heck is that guy looking at? You want it to be super engaging. Okay, so you can see that we have our video. It's just giving us all these notifications because we selected Instagram and we actually didn't choose it in our audience or in our ad set. All right, so let's just look into this a little bit further. We'll show you how to set up the copy and everything like that. But you can see we have our video thumbnail set up here. You can create a different thumbnail if you'd like. It's kind of up to you what you want to use. Just make sure that it's super engaging, super appealing. It needs to capture their attention. Remember, Facebook is a disruptive style of marketing, meaning that they did not come there to look for your ads. They came there to look for their friends' posts and stuff like that, and engage with them. Your ad just can't happen to come up in their feed. So if it's not super engaging, if it doesn't have a really cool title, it's not going to capture their attention. So that's super important for you to understand. All right, so we're going to put this video here. All right, and then now you can see we have our text. We just need to update this. This is this part right here of your ad. So what we're going to do is we're going to put something like, oh my God. And then we'll do some little emojis. We'll do this right here. And then ask a question that's going to make them want to do something or make them want to look at more. Did you know this was even possible? $10,000 plus per month to run social media campaigns for businesses. If I could spell businesses right. For businesses. All right. And that's it. All right. So, you want to, obviously, it just depends. You guys see the long form copy. You guys see short form copy where it's just really quick. It depends on the style of ad. Are you trying to sell them? Are you trying to get them interested in something? If you want them to watch the video, you don't necessarily need a ton of copy. But not everybody watches the video, so maybe you do need a ton of copy. Again, it's kind of up to you. I recommend using emojis. Don't overuse them or anything like that. But, make sure that you're using emojis, cool call to actions, these little like arrows. So we like to do, things like this right here. If you're going to do bullet points, do engaging bullet points. Don't just do like a dash, right? Do something engaging. So an arrow, and we'll do this guy, right? So you can see it puts an arrow into the post. It just makes it a little bit more engaging, right? And you can do each bullet point like that. But make sure that your copy isn't just like, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this. Give them, tell a story. Give an explanation, solve a problem, but don't just say, hey, go buy this. That doesn't work, all right? Give them a reason. Give them several reasons why they might want to buy it, all right? And so you can see, then the last thing we would do after we finish up our copy, like say that's all we needed, that's all we wanted to talk about, then we would just we could do something simple like this. You don't have to include the link. Sometimes it's best to try it and see if it's going to work for your client or your business. So put the link on one ad and create another ad, an A/B test, and don't put it on there and see which one performs better, right? So we could put the ad, https serialentrepreneur.academy. All right, and then we'll take this, we'll copy it, we're going to put it, oh wait, that's right, we don't actually need to put it, that's why I recommend putting it in the copy, because you can see there's no option since this is a video view ad campaign or objective. All right, then you can add a business partner if you want. So if you're doing a collaborative campaign, so this would be really great for someone, let's say like you have a real estate client. All right, or say you run a personal brand in the dog niche. You can go out and get somebody who would not be necessarily a direct competitor, but someone who's in the industry, and do a collaborative ad campaign with them online. So you type in their business name here. You do have to go in the back end and set all that up first, but you can set up partners and split ad budgets right here, making it more affordable for you to reach more people. Next thing, or last thing really, is turn on your Facebook pixel, because you need to be tracking the data, right? Because the retargeting audience is really where you make your money. That's how we built that $4,000 campaign, was because we retargeted audiences who had visited our sales page at our course, right? So we didn't just target cold traffic and we made $4,000. We retargeted people who we had already driven to our sales page before, and then had them come back again and make that purchase. So if you want to add your website URL, all you need to do is come in here, you select your URL. So we'll type in our URL, boom, you can see the display link here. You can change the headline for this, or you're going to want to add a headline, not change the headline. So, you know, $10,000 per month, make it something engaging, right? $10,000 plus to run social media pages, you know, something like that. Boom. And then in this, just kind of reconfirm what you were talking about up in this video. So in this video, we talked about, you know, digital marketing and running an agency. So, you know, learn to start your own agency in less than 4 weeks with our marketing program today. Tons of bonuses, blah, blah, blah. You can even add emojis, but, you know, just make it short, sweet, and to the point. Make sure you choose your objective. Make sure you select the right one. You know, don't do download if there's nothing for them to download. Don't do sign up if there's nothing for them to sign up for. If it's just learn more, then do learn more. If it's shop now, or if you're trying to get them to buy, shop now. All right, so that's just that. I mean, that's essentially it. If you want them to subscribe to something, subscribe. All right. So as I was saying, you basically just don't want to set the ad up and just get it going. Do your review process, make sure everything's running properly, and then you can confirm the ad to go. So, and then that's it. Now that you have the ad pretty much set up, I recommend doing a review. Don't just click confirm, because that actually, it makes the process take longer. All right, go through the whole ad, make sure there's no errors, make sure that you have the copy right the first time, make sure you have the right video, the right thumbnail, really set it up, because anytime you adjust it, it kind of messes with Facebook being able to optimize it properly.
Okay guys, so now that your first ad is complete, what you're going to want to start doing is building your retargeting campaigns. If you guys want to see a video on retargeting campaigns, leave a comment below saying, yes, Jordan, please make a campaign or a video on retargeting campaigns. But just to give you some information on how it works, essentially what we will do is we're going to take this video that we just created a campaign for, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into Facebook and we're going to create a custom audience based on video views for that video. Okay, so we can select custom audiences, we'll do engagement, we'll select video views, and then we'll select this video, and we'll do people who watched anywhere from 50 to 75% of that video or more. And what we're going to do is we're going to retarget those people with more content down the line that's going to get them interested in starting a social media marketing agency. So maybe they want to learn more about landing clients. So we could follow up with a video for people who watch 50 to 75% of this video. We'll create a new video that goes into landing clients. We'll upload that video. We'll take that audience of people who watch 75% of that video. That's our custom audience, and we'll run that audience through a campaign, sending them that video on landing clients and sales. That's it. I mean, this is how you build effective campaigns. And that's why I say, you have to plan it out. You have to strategize. You have to build the ad funnel. You have to build the content out. You have to really understand what audiences you're going to be targeting, how the ad objectives work together to build an effective campaign that's going to get you those $4,000 in sales like I showed you at the beginning of this video. Facebook advertising, again, it's a great option for building a business, generating leads and sales for a business online. You just need to know how to do it. If you're wanting to learn more about creating Facebook ads, lucky for you, we've created a free training. You can check that out right below this video in the description. All you have to do is click that link and go sign up, and we'll send you the free training. Last but not least, guys, if you haven't checked out Serial Entrepreneur Academy before, we do everything from starting an agency, Facebook training, building a personal brand like I'm doing right now with my YouTube channel, and we teach you how to take it and make $10,000 or more every single month, working when you want, where you want, anytime you want. It's great, guys. I mean, I love this life, and I want you to be able to do the same thing for you, for your family, for your friends, and really just be able to affect people like I'm able to. And if you want to learn how to do that, make sure, again, you check that out below. Thank you for watching today's video, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, throw a thumbs up so that way other people looking for information on Facebook ads can get it as soon as they can, really, just like you were able to. They need to get the training, and so don't be stingy, make sure they see it. Last thing is, if you have a comment or you wanted to see any of those videos that I mentioned in the video earlier, then make sure to leave a comment below and let me know which video you want to see more of. Lastly, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get updates to all of our free training, free resources, free giveaways that we do every single week here at Serial Entrepreneur. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, Serial Entrepreneur out. Later.
Ready to start living the six-figure work wherever, be your own boss lifestyle? Well, at Serial Entrepreneur Academy, we'll teach you how to use a laptop and internet to start your own social media and digital marketing agency. Get started with our free Facebook ads training. Links in the description below, guys. See you in the course. Serial Entrepreneur out.